Hello students, this is Poonam teacher back with a new video of Science 2. In our last video, we have discussed about various kinds of pollutions like water, air pollution, light pollution, thermal pollution and its hazardous effect, then soil pollution, sound pollution, and now in this video, we'll be talking about radioactive pollution. So what do you understand by radioactivity? Radioactivity means when radioactive elements disintegrates spontaneously, they release certain kind of rays like alpha, beta and gamma rays, which causes radioactive pollutions. So these radioactive elements can be uranium, thorium and many such other elements with higher atomic number. Now, these radioactive pollutions can occur due to two reasons, and this can be natural or this can be artificial. Then this UV and IR radiations are natural radiations. Then what do you understand by UV radiation? UV radiations means the ultraviolet radiations which are emitted from the sun, and then IR radiation means the infrared radiations. Now this infrared radiations originates when the object is not hot enough to emit visible light, and then it radiates infrared radiation. For example, hot charcoal may not give light, but it radiates infrared energy which makes the surrounding warm. So this was one of the example of infrared radiation. So infrared radiations are originated from the object which are not hot enough to emit the visible light, but they emit certain kind of energy, and that is known as infrared energy or infrared radiation. So this kind of infrared radiation can also be radioactive pollutants, and this can also harm the environment. Then X-rays and radiations from the atomic energy plants are artificial radiations. Now what do you understand by X-rays? X-rays are obtained or these are produced when fast moving electrons are suddenly stopped. So this X-rays can also be known as radioactive pollutants. And then the alpha, beta and the gamma rays which we get from the spontaneous disintegration of any radioactive element are also the radioactive pollutants. Then there were certain kind of accidents which took place in Chernobyl, Windscale and 3 Miles Island mishaps. These are all examples of radioactive pollution, and these were caused by the radioactive pollutants. Pollutants means sources which causes the pollution. Then till today the people are suffering the hazardous effect of those accidents. So you can just imagine that how harmful this radioactive pollution is. Then the other effects of such kind of radiations are it causes the cancer. It can cause cancerous ulceration if the body is exposed to higher radiation of X-rays. Then the tissues of the body can be destroyed. Then there can be the change into the genetic sequence, and it can also affect our vision. It can give us a blurred vision, or a person can go permanently blind. So these are certain effects of radioactive pollution. Now there is very much need to conserve our environment, because our environment is our world we are living in. So we have to conserve it. If we are not conserving it, we'll not have anything to give what we are going to give to our future generation, and our present will also be destroyed if we are not taking care of our environment. So if the environment will be healthy, indirectly we will remain healthy. If the environment is harmful, or if it is not healthy, it is not safe, then our life will also come into the danger. So that is why there is a need to conserve our environment, and we should protect each and every component of the environment, right from the insects till the huge animal, from the trees, from the shrubs, from the plants, everything. The biodiversity is to be conserved. There is one fresh example of the Condemnable Act which took place into Kerala, that the elephant was a pregnant elephant was fed with the pineapple which was stuffed with crackers, and that animal, that elephant, she died because of this condemnable act which was done by the humans. So humans always interferes with the nature, they destroys the beauty of the nature, they harms the creatures of the nature. So that is really not the part of the humanity. So it is the part of the human being, it is the role of the human being to conserve our nature and each and every component of our nature. Then and then only will be able to live a healthy life. So why there are the need of environmental conservation? Because we have to conserve the biodiversity. Until and unless we conserve the biodiversity, we cannot protect the entire food chain. The food chain cannot be maintained, and once the food chain is disturbed, then the entire life cycle can also disturb. That is why it is very much essential to conserve the biodiversity. Then we have to maintain the balance into the nature. Then there's a need to conserve the environment for our future generation, because we will enjoy these days, and we are going to die one day. But what we are going to give, what gift we are going to give to our future generation? So that is why we have to conserve our environment. We have to live into the better environment, and we have to give something good also to our future generation. That is also one of that is why we need to conserve the environment. Then we have to live the healthy life, we have to solve the natural and the artificial problems, and then we have to make the world as an ideal place for the living organisms. And that is why there's a need to conserve the environment.